Hello, my name is Zubaid and I'm doing a World 2 propaganda cartoon. The cartoon I'm using is named The Dictators. The Dictators is a Looney Tunes black and white cartoon that was produced by Loon and was released in 1942 by they were still in the middle of the war. It was directed by Normal McCabe, yeah. And the cartoon features several figures, which is Hitler, Adolf Hitler, Bintu, and Emperor Horoto. So yeah, as ducks or geese who take over like a farm. At first, they portrayed the Nazis as sacrificing people to gain power, and sometimes they imprisoned soldiers of war and tried to brainwash them to believe in their ideals. So yeah, as you can see in the following clip there. But on the other hand, we have the Japanese, who they portrayed them as cowards and repeating the phrase "I'm sorry" with a hard Asian accent. And in many ways, they made fun of the Asian race, which they didn't do for the German race. And later on the cartoon, they feature as Americans going to war against Nazi Germany and winning the war. So yeah, and overall, this video is significant because it shows you that even a simple children's cartoon can even made into a propaganda piece. So yeah, it was a really powerful tool back then to change the perspective of the children's views and ideals to the war. And in a certain clip, there was a dope of peace, which most people argued that it was probably the US-British alliance, because as he says, have they forgot thus love that's right and not is gained by show of mighty. This is clearly a speech for the British Prime Minister Neville Champion, whose infectious policies empowered the Axis leaders. So yeah, and Chamberlain is remembered for permanently declaring that his appeasement of Hitler in 1938, which is the peace conference, and how Hitler broke that, which is also shown in the cartoon in the following clip as well. And the main reason for Americans to make those cartoons were to display their emotions, to express their anger and frustration through ridicule and humor through these cartoons. Many films simply reflected the war culture and were purely entertainment. Others carried strong messages meant to arouse the public involvement or set a public mood. So yeah, and back then animation was increasingly used in political commentary against the Axis powers. And the two questions that I have for you is that the first question is, what was the purpose of this cartoon or propaganda? And the second question is, name three ways that propaganda can be used to gain advantages in the war.